Hello and welcome to Nikolay's genetics lessons, and today's question is: a gene for corn has two alleles, one for yellow kernels and one for white kernels. Cross-pollination of yellow corn and white corn result in ears of corn that have an approximately even mix of yellow and white kernels. Which term best describes the relationship between two alleles? Let's discuss each term here. For example, genetic recombination we can demonstrate with the following example. We have one homologous chromosome and another one. And let's say we have here dominant allele A and dominant allele B. And another homologous chromosome has recessive allele A here, and in the locus B, recessive allele B here. And during meiosis, as a result of the recombination, we may have in the gametes following genotypes of the same chromosomes. And here we are going to have, for example, capital A and small b, and another variant would be small a and capital B. These two gametes would be result of the crossing over, so would be example of the genetic recombination during meiosis. So does it mean that this answer meet requirements of our question? Actually no, because take a look what actually we have. We have one parental genotype, which is, for example, would be capital A and capital A, another parental genotype, which is going to be, let's say, A prime and A prime. And actually, parent 1 in the gametes produce only one variant, which is capital A, and parent 2 also produce only one variant of the gamete for this chromosome, which is A prime. So we put A prime here, and this is going to be a diploid organism genotype. And actually, we don't have here recombination, but rather a combination of parental genotypes. So this is parent 1 and parent 2 genotypes. And now we have F1 genotype, which is combination of the parent 1 genotype and parent 2 genotype. Let me skip answer B for now, and let's talk about incomplete dominance. And here's example. Imagine that we have one plant with red flowers, another plant with white flowers, and as a result of the cross of these two parental phenotypes, in progeny in F1 generation, all plants are going to be of the intermediate color, would be pink, which is intermediate between two parental phenotypes. So parent 1 here, parent 2 here, and F1 generation here. Now let's talk about example of the chimerism. Imagine that this is egg cell and sperm fertilized egg cell, and these fertilized egg cells develop into the new organism. But now imagine another situation when we have two egg cells, and of course two egg cells would have different genetic makeup, right? Even produced by the same organism would have different genetic makeup, would be the same but only 50%. And now imagine that we also have a sperm which fertilize this egg cell, but during development these two fertilized egg cells would fuse and single organism would be produced, but that single organism would be chimeric. Some of the tissues would be result of one fertilization act, and another tissues would have different genetic makeup. So one organism, but some cells would be different due to the different origin. And we call such organism chimeric. And now the last example of the codominance. Imagine that we have one plant with red flowers, another plant with white flowers, and when we cross these two plants in a progeny, we are going to get flowers with patches of red and white. So both these traits are going to be codominant. We say that they're codominant. And this is exactly what is described in this problem when we have a cross-pollination of yellow corn and white, with a result which is approximately even mix of yellow and white kernels in the progeny. So this is example of the codominance. And this is all for today. Subscribe and see you in the next video. Goodbye.